Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Locker Room Talk Uncut. Drew Garrison, Chad Penrod in the locker room for a special Saturday edition. Today we're talking about the MLB's return to play plan, how the NBA is going to get back. They finalized everything here with the schedule, things like that. Poirier versus Hooker tomorrow on UFC, and then a big card on UFC 251 coming up July 11th. So we'll kind of get into our expectations for all this and the fact that we finally seem to have some sports on the horizon. Chad, you ready to get this thing going, man?
Ready to go, man.
Glad to be back. Feels like it's been a while, man. Life's been a little bit crazy. So
yeah, I mean, we were supposed to record Thursday, but you might have had Corona.
I had to get tested for Corona.
Was it just Corona?
Yeah, we're good there. I don't have herpes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, man, I was around somebody that has it positively, but turns out I guess they contracted it the day after, but I had to go get my fucking shit swabbed.
You wasn't one of the big cases, man. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm cleared to travel, and I'm getting the fuck out of Ohio.
Yes, vacation is on the horizon. We are actually leaving tomorrow. That's why we hopped in here today. I'm
going to tan my stretch marks.
Man, let's get started here. Let's start with the Major League Baseball is back, man.
We don't talk about baseball a lot.
We don't, and what I think this is going to do is the people that don't watch baseball, I think they're going to be more heavily involved in this.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the way that the MLB has done here. And it's just sports.
They're going to be the first one to have a live game.
Right, it's sports. So this is going to be a 60-game season.
That's so cool to me.
I think it's amazing. From a person that isn't a big, huge baseball fan, if I'm a baseball fan, I'm an Indians, but I like the Reds as well. I used to be the Reds guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, go a bunch of the games. I just kind of went Cleveland and everything there, whatever. Like I said, I'm not huge into it, but man, I am really, really looking forward to this season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, my biggest thing with baseball is it's hard for me to sit down and watch a game on TV.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, deep in the postseason. Now, though, because it's like, okay, the Reds lost opening day. Like, they only have 161 more chances.
Right, right.
But now 60 games, I feel like every game's going to matter.
Every game. This is going to be like a long-ass playoff.
Yeah, and our buddy Randy Paulin says that every game does matter in a regular season, and he could be right. But for me, watching this is I'm going to want to watch the Reds a lot now.
This is going to be intense, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because, the biggest data fact that came out about this was last year's World Series champions, the Washington Nationals, 60 games into the season last year, they wouldn't even made the playoffs.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
So it's just going to show you how intense this is going to be. So kind of looking at the schedule, the Reds are in the NL Central. Yep. They are going to play 20 games against the AL Central. That's the Cleveland Indians, the White Sox, and Detroit Tigers and teams like that. But the other 40 games are going to be all in division.
Yeah.
Against the NL Central, which is just rivalry games out the ass.
Cardinals,
you're going to get
the
40
Cubs.
of them. Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Brewers.
Pirates, the Brewers, so that's going to be nice, man.
There were some big fights against the Pirates last year. I'm ready for
Well,
those.
they ain't got Puig no more, so.
Well, it was a pitcher. Amir Garrett was ready to bang too, and I love Puig for that because, like I said, I wasn't a big baseball fan, but anybody that's down to fight Pittsburgh, I'm fucking with them.
Yeah, so it's this is going to be interesting, man.
And the extra innings,
the extra innings,
cool as fuck too.
So they go into extra innings. They're going to put a runner on second,
which to me it's kind of easy because you just bunt him to third.
Sacrifice fly. So, and like you said, we're not huge baseball guys, so but we do need to touch on it more. I'll say that.
That is true.
But there was a lot of people saying, it sounds easier than it really is. It's hard to get a successful bunt down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially against some of the arms that are in the infield in the MLB.
Yeah, it sounds easy to us in theory, but
right.
We're not the ones that have to execute it.
Yeah, so
it's major league pitching.
Is that going to be is the bottom of the inning and the top of the inning? So both teams are going to get that leverage there. Or?
I think so. That would only make sense, right?
I mean, it would, unless they're giving an advantage to a home. I don't know, and I don't want to.
I don't think that they would give that kind of advantage.
Yeah,
away.
I mean that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's a big.
You're
one,
talking a whole run there. Which in baseball is huge.
Huge. I think that would probably be the same for the top and the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, man. I just think this this little season of baseball is going to be good for the viewers like you and I that really like watching. We're big football fans. We talk about football all the time. You only get 17 weeks of football.
Yeah, exactly.
So and every game is intense, and every game means something. And I think this season, this is what you're going to get out of baseball.
It'll have that feeling, yeah. And I like to go to a game in person. I like to go down to a Reds game. I don't know if I'll be able to this year, but yeah, man, I think I'm going to be into the Reds this season.
Yeah. I think I'm going to watch a lot of Reds games. I'm going to try and catch as many Indians games as I can. I'm really going to watch some baseball this year. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, that's going to be bad.
What do you think? Well, what's your expectations though, man? And we never want to come in here and get political, but do you think are we going to get the full season? What happens when let's just say Joey Votto gets this and spreads it, does he spread it? Is it 14 days? He's got to sit out or, which they're going to be heavily testing these players. But I just wonder, so say Votto gets it for 14 days. Well, he's gone 14 of them 60, not games, but however many they play in that 14-day span. I think so. That's going to be weird. Same with the NBA. Same with the NFL when they come back. Well, until there's a vaccine or a cure,
The difference, I think, in the MLB than the NBA is even a Joey Votto isn't a devastating loss for a baseball team. So let's say he gets the virus. He's the only one that has it. He didn't spread it to anybody. I mean, I got my test results yesterday in 3 hours. So they're going to have better testing than the Walgreens I was at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess if Votto were to get it and didn't spread it, he would just quarantine for 14 days. They would keep it going. But that's different than if the Lakers are going into the finals and then LeBron gets it the night before game 1.
But what if Votto gets it, spreads it to 5 teammates, and they're all in the same – what I'm saying? I mean, you almost got to – and I think they are going to – I know the NBA is extending the rosters.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You almost got to – you got to have – but, man, in a 60-game baseball season, that could be devastating, man.
It could, but I think for one, the money that's involved, they're fuck it, we got to push on.
And this goes for every sport, and I know everybody's got a different view of this, but we have to stop worrying about the positive tests, I believe. So many good, healthy, young people, like the baseball players, are going to get this virus and be asymptomatic. And, obviously they can transmit that to people, but, we almost got to stop living off of fear of these positive tests,
Well, and I've been glad to see the NBA because I've got my tweet notifications on for Woj and, the big NBA reporters, and I see this player here has tested positive, this player here has tested positive, but it's not oh, shit, we're stopping the restart. It's this dude's going to fucking lock down for a week or two or however long he's got left, and then he can join the team in Orlando.
Yeah,
so,
and that's
props to them for just pushing
two negative
it.
tests, and you're back in it, and that would be, and I feel like that's what it has to be. We cannot stop our lives because of this, because we know it's out there. These big organizations such as the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB, they know it's out there, so we've got to just continue and. You know what I mean? If somebody gets a positive test, we just got to just keep going forward. We just can't stop.
Well, and I think that if LeBron James were to come down with the coronavirus and was asymptomatic, nobody would know.
Oh, dude, that would be...
I'm serious.
You might see that in a documentary.
Yeah, documentary. Yeah, 20 years from
20
now.
years. Yeah, you might see that there.
I'm telling you, dude, if LeBron James gets the virus the day before Game 1 of the finals... You'll never hear it. His fucking kids won't know.
Listen, LeBron is the reason the NBA is even restarting.
I think it's a big part of it.
No, it's LeBron. Listen, this guy is the face of your franchise, not only in
face of the league.
I'm sorry, face of basketball right now. I mean, it is what it is. Not even just here in America. All over the country, they know LeBron James as the basketball player. So, LeBron's getting older.
He's only got a couple more swings left.
Right. So, and they know the Lakers have a really good chance at winning a championship, so I think LeBron is the driving force behind this. Like when kind of Kyrie stepped up and said the things he did. You know, I just think that
was Kyrie even going to play, or is he still hurt?
I don't think so, man. And that's something we definitely won't get into. Why Kyrie didn't want it. You know, there's so many different things about that. But but they know LeBron James has a chance to win a championship. Kobe died. I mean, it's just set up for the Lakers. I mean, you got this shitty-ass 2020, the coronavirus killing the season. You got Kobe's death. I mean, you just got so much going for if the Lakers win the championship. You know, and they're going to need the Lakers to do good. Basketball is going to be watched, but the Lakers in the championship from a rating standpoint is going to be crazy.
Well, and I don't think people are talking, does this championship have an asterisk next to it? I don't think it does.
Absolutely not.
I mean, and not just for the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan, but not just because of the Lakers, but any team. You just shut down. It's going to be over 4 months by the time they start playing games again. It's going to be over 4 months that they've been shut down. So if you end up winning the championship, that's probably because your players stayed focused, didn't get lazy, worked their asses off in lockdown in their home gyms or wherever.
Didn't catch the virus.
The Lakers have been having like private workouts. I guess it's come out. Rumors have.
Whatever. I'm on that side with whatever.
And I don't think that any team that wins the championship has an asterisk unless, let's say, it's Lakers Bucks in the finals, and the night before LeBron gets it and it does come out and he has to sit out. Then the Bucks get an asterisk.
Or Giannis.
You didn't have
or
to play.
Giannis.
Well, yeah, it could go the other way.
Or Kawhi
if
or
Giannis
any of the big players.
Yeah, if you're playing the Lakers and Jared Dudley gets it,
right?
People aren't going to be like, "Oh, well, you beat him without Jared Dudley."
Right.
No disrespect to Jared Dudley.
Yeah.
But so that's the only way I see like this champion having an asterisk. If they're playing teams at full strength and rosters at full strength, if anything, I think it's a bigger deal than a normal championship because they're going to play a 7-game series. I know there's no home court advantage, but I mean these motherfuckers locked down for 4 months,
right?
And came back at a championship level to play against the best teams in the league. There's 22 of them coming, you know?
Right. And we kind of jumped to the NBA there, which is kind of easy for us to do. But
we just do that.
Yeah, but, the NBA's kind of they've just been out ahead of things just from the virus standpoint. Just if anyone's going to make it through the season, it's going to be the NBA just because of how the precautions that these guys have taken. I mean,
they're going to
Orlando.
Orlando.
Have a plan for everything.
They're going to Orlando, and there's going to be, like, they said law enforcement, don't leave the fucking bubble.
Yeah.
And that sounds crazy. That sounds like martial law and lockdown, but, like, these are NBA players making millions of dollars that are volunteering to go to this to play basketball.
Right. Just kind of wanted to touch on the schedule there. Me and you kind of talked a little bit last night.
We're getting fucked, dude. The Lakers are getting fucked.
Well, they start out very first game Lakers and Clippers, and I think that's purposely for entertainment purposes.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be great.
But come on, man! Like we can't get a rust game or two. Like let us play the fucking Jazz or something.
Well, you got to think though, the teams that they brought out all have a chance to make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that kind of now are they playing on the same court? Do you know, or is there 2 courts? Do we know, or is there?
I think I saw that there are going to be 4 courts.
Okay.
2 of them are going to be reserved for national TV games. Now, I'm hoping my NBA League Pass gets me access to all this shit, right? Because I pay for it.
It should, or it's going to be free.
I'm going to be watching this shit. There's going to be, like, day games. I'll be watching it at work. It's going to be fucking cool.
Yeah. So, what do you think, man? Me and you have talked about this, and I don't know if we've said it on here before, but we think that the way things are, no fans, you're in a gym with nobody yelling and screaming. We think the team that gets the biggest advantage in this is the Clippers, correct?
Yeah, because if they ran into the Lakers wherever in the playoffs in a normal world or the Western Conference Finals, that's going to be all Laker home games.
Right.
They share an arena, but dude, the Clippers could be undefeated and the Lakers could suck, and it's still a Lakers town. That's just how LA is.
Yeah.
So the Clippers don't have to deal with that now because they would have played 7 road games in a series against the Lakers.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the biggest advantage. Now, will they still beat the Lakers? I don't know. I think it's going to be a hell of a series.
It's going to be fun.
But I think that not having the Lakers fans in your ears, because that's what that city is.
Yeah.
It's the Lakers.
It's a Lakers
town.
town.
It ain't the Rams or the Clippers or.
You can still get Clippers tickets when they're good for like $40.
Right. So, yeah. So I believe that the Clippers, get the biggest advantage coming off of this through any team, and I just think that every team's the same, but the Clippers not having to face the fans is going to be the biggest advantage.
Yeah, and you got the Lakers, like Avery Bradley's not joining the Lakers. So
Avery Bradley's out.
I don't know about Dwight. I haven't seen definitively.
Who's the other player that
Dwight
opted out? Oh well, Willie Collinstein from
Sacramento.
Yeah,
Does he still play for Sacramento? That dude gets traded a lot.
He said he's not going to go. Him and his wife are expecting a baby in July, so they didn't want to.
I guess that makes sense. You want to be locked in a bubble while your kid's being born to play for the Kings?
Well, yeah, and with the virus and all that, and opted out, and that's his decision. If he wants to make it, then he does.
Yeah, you play for the Kings, dude. You're not going to win anyway.
So I know you're more excited about the Lakers season, but kind of transitioning back here to the MLB, man, I'm super excited for that. I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're uncut, so we're gonna bounce around a little bit. You guys got to just follow us. But fuck yeah, dude, baseball.
Yeah.
I'm in now. Like
I want see my biggest thing, and I was thinking about it last night when we decided we were going to do a podcast today. I wonder. Listen, these are going to start. These games are going to start. My biggest fear is getting quarter of the way, half the way through. This shit gets crazy. And we got to put another halt to it.
See, I don't think it will, because when the NBA shut down the season at like 8:00 on a Tuesday or whenever the fuck it was, we were like, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" But they didn't know anything about this virus. They didn't know how it spread. I mean, Rudy Gobert was like touching all the mics, making a joke about it, and then ends up he has it. And so I didn't like it, but I think the NBA made the right call.
Yeah.
At the time,
for sure.
Because we didn't know anything. Now they know enough to where it's like, all right, you tested positive.
I mean,
go
you
home
got
for
the
2 weeks.
UFC going in and two fighters getting in the cage, beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
But UFC is doing testing to an extent that is just crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Every day. I mean,
constantly.
Dana White's like a sports god right now, in my opinion. Dana White's just a god to me right now.
Oh, he's got a huge dick.
And he's testing everyone around there every
constantly.
day.
Yeah.
Every day they get a test.
The staff, everybody.
Yeah. And with the information they have, like you go into Walgreens, it took 2 hours. So
yeah,
if you can find
I know
out
they're gonna
that
have
quick,
better testing
right?
than fucking Walgreens.
Hell yeah,
Centerville.
they're probably gonna tell you instantly. And then one fighter did get the virus there, and they sent him home. He couldn't fight, so
and they just kept going.
Maybe it's a little easier because it's just the one fighter. But what happens if a big fighter were to get it or something like that? Is what worries me.
And the players that are doing this shit in these major sports leagues, like the NBA's bubble, or if the MLB does a bubble situation, it's not like they're just sitting in a room waiting for the game. They're gonna have, like, the NBA's gonna have like fucking 2K lounges and fucking.
Oh, dude, they're gonna be well taken care of. They're gonna be eating fucking lobster and steak every night.
They're just gonna be on a giant vacation with some basketball.
Yeah, and their families are allowed there. I mean.
I don't think that
they're not going to listen. They're not going to stick to the rules though, too. They're not going to not be around each other. It's not going to happen. It's
probably not.
It's the way things are now. You want to get out and you want to socialize with people, and it's just.
I want to socialize with like 4 people though.
Yeah, well, some people like to get together, go out to dinner, which they're saying they're going to bring dinner to their room and all this shit. So I mean,
they'll break that.
The NBA has the rules in place to be successful. I mean, they really do. The NBA is far ahead of every league, and which bothers me a little about the NFL because they've had so much time.
Yeah.
I feel like the NBA is just way out there in front of these other leagues.
I just think that we have too much information now. They know too much about it now for a positive test here and there to shut anything down. And I also, to be completely honest with you, what rules this entire world that we live in is the almighty dollar.
Got that right. And
I don't think that they're willing to lose that money. I think they'll find a way to keep chugging along unless like LeBron gets it. But I'm telling you, dude, if LeBron gets it, we'll never know.
No,
ever.
Unless he gets it early.
If he's asymptomatic.
Which he's going to be.
Doesn't show any symptoms, which he probably will be based on what we know. The NBA will never tell you until his documentary 20 years
But, with that being said, if LeBron were to get it early, it's okay. We're just talking about if LeBron were to get it and come the playoffs.
If LeBron can get it right now, and they'd be like 2 weeks, whatever. But yeah, dude, they get deep in the playoffs. The NBA doesn't want anybody to know that because they're not going to want the playoffs without LeBron.
Right. And that's the thing, though. What if, like, say, a player like Kawhi or fucking Giannis gets it in the playoffs? It might be like LeBron be like, no, fuck that. I ain't playing him. He can't.
Yeah. I mean, that could be tricky.
LeBron knows every step made in the NBA, man.
Absolutely. Dude,
He knows the trades before they're going to. I mean, he's probably in with Adam Silver. Like, it's.
Yeah, LeBron and Rich Paul have a hand in how the NBA is run. Dude, like when the Lakers got Tyson Chandler LeBron's first year, he called the Suns GM and was like, yo, you need to cut this dude. And he did it.
Right.
Like, what?
Right, so I can get him.
What the fuck?
We got more information now. Like we said, it's going to be 60 games for the MLB, 40 in your division. The other 20 for the Reds and for the Indians are NL and AL Central games. We're super excited about that. I mean, that's going to be fun. And then for the NBA, what is it? Is it 6 like regular season games?
Eight regular season games.
8 regular season games, and then if you're within 4 games of the 8th seed, you go into a tournament.
Like a play-in tournament.
Tournament to see who gets that 8th seed.
But like if you have the 8th seed now and you've got a 4-game lead and you're able to play those 8 games and maintain that 4-game lead, you just get the 8th seed.
Right.
But if you drop too many games and now you only have a 3-game lead,
it's a play-in.
You're double. You have to lose twice though.
Okay.
You'll have to play in the play-in tournament, but if you are the current 8th seed, you will have to lose twice. If you're a team on the outside looking in, it's single elimination.
Okay. Yeah. So and. Like you said, the Lakers' schedule's tough. I mean, they start out with the
for an 8-game schedule.
But
it is a little
how many
bit tough.
How many games ahead are the Lakers in the standings right now? I mean, they got to be. I think when we left, I think it was close to 4 or 5 games, wasn't it?
I think so.
I mean, I know the Bucks are the number 1 overall. Which doesn't mean shit now at this point.
At this point, it kind of doesn't really. So the Lakers are 5.5 games ahead of the Clippers.
So 8 games. I mean,
yeah, you would have to assume.
You would assume the Lakers are going to get the 1 seed.
But I mean, their fucking games are like low key, kind of tough. I know it's only 8 games, but you got the Clippers on the 30th,
which is when everything starts back for the NBA, July 30th.
Yeah, on August 1st, they play the Raptors, who have had a
big season.
Good season. Then
that's one
Jazz.
of the teams that I fear. Didn't want to stop, just young and, just a good group.
So, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff on there that you got to deal with.
Right. Whole lot of shit.
I mean, it's just a long list of shit. But, I mean, it is only an 8-game season, so, it's not going to hurt the Lakers' playoff seeding, I don't think. And maybe it'll be good because they're going to play some pretty good competition to get themselves back rolling. I just wish I could have had a Russ game or two before we got to play the Clippers because to the Lakers...
You're scared of the Clippers a little bit. Don't lie.
I'm not scared of the Clippers.
You're a little scared of them.
But let's look at the reality of it. The Lakers are 1-2 against them in the regular season, I think. So I mean,
you're a little scared of them. You got to be they should be afraid of the Lakers.
They're the big. Yeah, they're my biggest threat in the West. But for Lakers fans, and like we had said this in here before, like that game always means something. A lot of regular season games don't mean anything.
Right.
So that's going to be like my barometer for, okay, how are we going to look going into this new playoff? My barometer is going to be playing the Clippers. I would like to have a chance to play like the fucking Kings or something real quick first and just knock some of the rust off.
Right, yeah.
But fuck it, we're just going to jump right into it, I guess.
So let's transition over here to the UFC a little bit. You had a hiccup there at the beginning. Actually, the fight is tonight. When we talked about it, the fight would be tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I was reading a text message.
Yeah,
the fight is tonight. I'm sorry.
So Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker. Dude, this is a free fight going to be on ESPN. This is going to be a brawl, dude. I mean, this is going to be like, I don't know if we're going to get on some Call of Duty tonight or whatnot. Probably not because we got to leave out and pack and shit. But I'm going to make sure that I watch this fight. Like, this is going to be a fun fucking fight, dude. These dudes are going to brawl. Just going to be one of those ones, like, you and I have talked
Heavy
like
hitters.
we like to watch heavy hitters and but they're good on the ground as well. Also, Mickey Gall, he was the guy that beat up on CM Punk.
CM Punk.
When he beat up on CM Punk, he's going to be versus Mike Perry tonight. That's the co-main event. Another really good fight. So I'll be tuned in tonight. Definitely watching some fights. But when we get back, man, July 11th, just a fucking huge. Like I said, Dana White, the god of
3 title
sports,
fights?
man. Topped off by Usman versus Gilbert Burns. I mean, this fight's a little. This is one that we'll hit on because this should be Usman versus Masvidal. There's some things going on in the UFC with some of the top fighters, such as Masvidal, such as John Jones, who's not getting the money they want. You know, they're not getting Conor McGregor money,
Right.
and they want Conor and Nate Diaz money. Like the two fighters getting the money are Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz because of the following that they have. People love them,
And they're so fucking
their pay-per-views are fucking huge. I mean, they sell out arenas. You know, just off name. You know, so Masvidal fought Nate and got this big check. Don't get me wrong, he beat Nate, but of a cut going into the fourth round. We wonder
where
what
Nate
would
starts
happen.
to get going.
Nate just starts getting that.
I'm not over that
body.
yet. That
I'm not
sucked.
neither. Nate gets going fourth and fifth round.
Yeah. He was.
Don't get me
warming
wrong.
up.
Masvidal dominated the first 3 rounds.
He
but
did.
You could see him at the end of the third gasp for a little bit of air. His eyes starting to get a little fat,
And Nate was good.
and you just know that's when Diaz kicks in. I mean, that's just
how he
how
fights.
Nate has said several times. You prepare differently for a 5-round fight than you do a 3-round fight.
Absolutely.
You know, and when you watched him fight, what's the one dude's name over when we were at my house?
Oh yeah, when it was your birthday party.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony Pettis.
Yeah, it was
so when
Pettis.
he fought Pettis, you see it was a 3-round fight, dude, and he just went at it.
Yeah,
you know,
he just from the gate.
from the gate, all 3 rounds, push. You know, but that's not if you see him fight a guy like Conor McGregor, he don't do nothing his first couple rounds.
No.
You know?
He's letting them get gas,
Right.
kind of seeing how they're approaching it, what they're going to do, and then he takes off. And that cut was nasty, but god damn, man, like he's like, I'm good. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I feel like he should be able to.
Well, they've came out and said in Las Vegas that fight wouldn't have been stopped.
Yeah.
They
and
just
that's what
happened to be
sucks.
fighting in New York.
That's what sucks about
And that's
it,
the
too.
thing. Nate Diaz sold out New York,
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Like,
The Mecca.
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, kind of back to the Masvidal not fighting Usman, you're not going to get that money until something changes. Unless you're fighting one of those guys, the money's not there unless you're fighting one of those guys because those guys sell.
Yeah,
you know,
if you want more money, talk better shit.
You're right. You know, and
Because Conor and Nate talk shit. That's why everybody loves them.
don't get me wrong, man. Fucking Gilbert Burns is a brawler. He's one that just fought fucking the old champion. What the fuck? God damn, I keep forgetting these guys.
It's early, guys. It's like 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock
Saturday
in the morning. But he just had a fight, whoop dude's ass, and so he's deserving of the fight.
Of a shot, yeah, for sure. Just don't bitch about the money. You got to sell yourself better. You got to sell your brand better, I guess.
Well, I just think that style that Conor and Nate have, where they just talk shit, and oh yeah, the fighter that Gilbert Burns fight was Tyron Woodley. Sorry, like you said, it's early. You know, so Burns deserves the shot, you know, just as much as Masvidal. If Masvidal and Dana White says you don't have to fight, I'll offer you a fight, but if you don't want to fight, you don't have to fight. It's completely different. You're not forced to fight in the UFC.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So Masvidal's looking for more fight, but Masvidal almost needs a couple more fights under his belt. I say that when he's got one of the best records, some of the biggest fights in UFC history, but when he starts taking off, you know, you beat Nate and you knocked out you knocked out what's his face and the shortest UFC victory ever, you know what I mean? So yeah, dude, but that card is fucking stacked. Usman and Burns. You're gonna have a Max Holloway and this guy's name's crazy, Volkanovski rematch. Volkanovski actually took Max Holloway's titles. That's on there. Peter Yan and Jose Aldo is going to be fucking amazing. Even though I think Peter Yan is just out of everyone's league right now. So that is July 11th. So when we get back, you know, I'm sure we'll have plans with Austin and the rest of the crew to get together and watch that fight. So it's going to be a fun time. You know, I'm looking forward to it, man. The UFC's just continue to give just one of the greatest products.
Yeah, they've gotten us
so.
through this shit. Right?
Yeah, I mean, sports-wise, yeah.
And I want to knock on wood because I feel like sports are coming back.
Yeah.
And that's just beautiful in itself. And
yeah, I hope there's no stop to, play and shit like that.
As big of a Lakers fan as I am, and as much as I want to see that, dude, I just know, like, I was talking to my cousin the other night. I can't live without football though. Like,
right.
They've got to make that happen. Like, I got to have my football.
Man.
Like,
but
losing the NBA would suck. I'd be like, damn, like that really, really sucks. But like, I don't know how I would function as a person in football.
Let me ask you this though. In the NBA, you can lose a player, unless it's a big player. In the MLB, you can lose a player and plug and play pretty much in the MLB. They do, they do it.
To a certain
Guys
extent,
get a lot of rest over there because of all the games anyway. What happens? Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield, Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady. One of these guys get it.
Yeah.
And you got a 14-day quarantine and say they get it on a Sunday. They're going to miss 2 games.
Mm-hmm. And that could be
possibly 3.
Like we said, where every game matters.
Yeah. It's just over this shit. I want to go sit in Cleveland and watch the Browns this year, go down to Cincinnati for the Bengals Browns game.
I just got my fucking Bengals van.
Yeah.
So not going to have anywhere to drive it?
Right. So yeah, and we actually had somebody at work he listens to the podcast and he wanted us to answer this question. He said, "What do we think about the Hall of Fame game getting canceled? What does that mean?"
The Hall of Fame game sucks.
Yeah, but he made a good point when he told me, the next preseason game is just a week later.
Yeah, that is concerning, but I think
they're just trying to get as many less, because we're going to go down to 3 next year.
Yeah, and I think they're talking about shortening it even this year.
All you need to. And my thing with it is like, well, you're going to have a bunch of players playing that nobody wants to watch anyway.
Yeah, and we don't need Pittsburgh and Ohio any more than necessary. You know what I mean? They were supposed to come anyway. I watch the Hall of Fame game every year because it's like the first start of football.
That's like the season starter.
But it's like a 5th preseason game for both of those teams.
No starters play.
And
but I enjoy being so deep into the sports the way that we are. I enjoy watching guys try and make the team.
Well, and you like that because the Browns are usually so bad. You're like, any of these dudes can make it. I got to watch these 4th-string guys. He might start.
I just, watching that unrestricted free agent make the team is just cool.
It is fun. It is fun. Not watching the game-wise, I'm okay with it, but my concern is that's at the beginning of August, and we're already that concerned, and
right.
What is that extra week going to buy you?
Right. Well, and for an organization that went on with the draft, went on with just everything.
Right. But does that have anything to do with Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio? Because I think he had a hand in that.
He said all I heard him say, and I'm not a fan of the
Your
guy,
buddy.
but all I heard him say was that we're not going to be able to pack 50,000 people there.
Okay,
inside.
So I thought he had a hand in it being canceled. Maybe I'm wrong. Not watching.
Did, motherfucker.
God damn, dude, we went fucking off the rails this time. Fucking Mike. But I mean, not watching the game kind of sucks because it is like the kickoff to football season. It's not going to break my heart, but I just hope that whatever that sacrifice they made is worth it, and that gives them time to focus on getting a plan together. It's tough though with so much travel. I mean,
yeah,
like the Browns and the Bengals are about to play. You can handle that. All right, we're going to test all of our players. We're going to test the bus drivers. We're going to test the coaches. We'll stick them on buses. We'll drive them 3 hours to Cleveland.
Right,
done.
Right.
But what about the Bengals go into Seattle or like I'm not even going based off the real schedule, but somewhere where you can't just drive.
Right,
all of your
fly.
Equipment, all of your shit.
Yep.
You have to fly. That's when it gets iffy. Do they rent private planes and fly into private airports?
Right.
The NFL has the money for it.
Yeah.
So it's the contingency plans are looking good in the NFL because they're going to expand practice squads. They're going to expand everyday rosters, I believe.
And you know, one of the big things too was they were talking about, you know, say, you know, there's a drop in revenue that the salary cap could drop next year, which would suck.
And they're going to get some money because they were talking about if there are fans, they're going to block off the rows of the seats closest to the bench.
Well, I heard that that's already done. Yeah. I heard that was passed that.
Yeah,
the closest ones, are going to be
I don't know
covered
how many,
with like stations and
sponsors and
sponsorships
to get money
and shit like that. Yeah,
because if they do have fans, they're not going to want them sitting that close.
Honestly,
to the
your
players.
best. Let's face it. We love going down for the atmosphere. We love going to the game. But with what's going on, the best seat in the house might be right there at your TV screen.
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't gone to. Well, I've been to like one Bengals game the last couple of years because I was real frustrated with them, but. It's hard to beat it at the house, dude. I got, fucking 3-4 TVs going with Sunday Ticket. I'm watching Red Zone. I got the Bengals here. They go to commercial. I can just fucking turn my head slightly to the other TV and see what's going on. Yeah, I usually go
with the AFC North.
Yeah, I like to watch the division. So, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I wanted to go to Joe Burrow's first start.
Yeah, I understand that. You're not going to, though.
No. It's not happening.
Yeah.
But I got this fucking orange van with black stripes and Bengal stickers and all this shit for this year. I'm not even going to get to use it. Yeah. I'm driving it to your house on Sundays when we watch football. That's what I'm doing.
Don't bring it. If you might find eggs on it.
It needs driven, man. You got to keep that engine fresh.
But, so just looking forward to it, man. The start of sports is right back up. That's why we wanted to jump in here. We're happy as hell. Well, one, we're on vacation, and two, we're fucking...
You're on vacation, motherfucker. I got to work Mondays.
Well, you'll be on vacation in a day or two. But sports is back. How far will it go? Hopefully through the whole thing. That's all we can hope for. But officially, sports is back come July, and we couldn't be more excited.
And the NBA is going to set a lot for the NFL, I think. If the NBA is able to do this and successfully get through it by the time football is supposed to start, I think that we live in such a copycat world that Roger Goodell's going to be like, all right, we're good.
Right. No, I think that too. That's what we need right now. That's what we need. We need to be arguing sports.
Yeah, not fucking politics, dude. I'm fucking so sick of fucking. I cut my Facebook off. I deleted the app for a while, and it was like a good mental health.
Yeah, break. I'm ready to go on vacation and kind of get away from everything. So if we won't be.
I'm getting my fucking mullet sculpted Sunday. I got a goddamn fanny pack, and I got some fucking swim trunks that are just a little too short. I can't wait to embarrass everybody.
That sounds awful. That sounds terrible, ready. Actually.
Everybody's going to get a little peek at these creamy thighs.
So we'll be back.
Shit, I don't know.
A few Thursdays from now. The Thursday after July 11th is when we'll be back. So.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for tuning in. Like I said, sorry we weren't here Thursday. I had to get a fucking Q-tip shoved in my nose. I do not have the corona. I did test positive for a badass mullet. But other than that, I am healthy and doing well. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let us know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the places that you can follow us, what you guys think of this episode, what you guys think of the restart plans for these leagues, what do you think is coming up.
And don't forget, guys, it was early. I know I had a few mind bobbles.
Yeah,
there,
I did
man,
too. But I haven't been
Tyrone Woodley and those cats.
I haven't been up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday in a while. So
we wanted to give this to you guys. We felt like this is what we needed to do, kind of our job here, because we ain't been on in a week or two. So.
Yeah, and this Thursday we probably won't be because I'm going to be doing fucking backflips on a jet ski or something. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back with you as soon as we get back from the great state of Florida. Thanks for tuning in. Locker Room Talk Uncut.